Angelica, Angelica, let's talk about Angelica, 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 let's talk about Angelica. Ha! What's up, everybody? It's your favorite Goddess King. It's your favorite Pirate Captain. It's your favorite Auntie Uncle. It's your favorite Hood Healer, High Priestess, Motivational Dominatrix, LadySpeech in the place to be. And I want to welcome you back to my channel. I want to welcome you to Herb of the Week, baby. Welcome you back to Herb of the Week. Welcome you back to Herb of the Week. That's right. Your time and attention is valuable currency, so thank you for spending some time, a little bit of that with me. I appreciate you. Valuable, I recognize that. So thank you for being here. Thank you for being here at this channel. If you're new here, hello, hi, welcome, join, hello. If you're an OG here, if you're not new to this, but you're true to this, you know I love you, thank you. If you like what I'm doing, if you like what you see, if you're feeling any of this, if you're feeling any of me, make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and make sure you hit that notifications bell so you can keep up with all these happenings and shenanigans and goings-ons and things, all right? All right? All right? All right? Now, let's get into this Herb of the Week video, shall we? All right. I don't want to take up all of your time. I just want to take up a little bit of your time, a little bit of your time. So let's talk about Angelica Root. Look at her. Look at Angelica. She's beautiful. She's beautiful. In this form, she looks like a bark. Okay. I don't know where these voices come from. But anyway, let's get serious. Let's talk about Angelica. First and foremost, I'm going to do this a little bit differently. You know I usually break down the specific specs about an Herb of the Week before I get into how it's used. But today, we're going to get all into how it's used. Also, I just want to say this. I'm feeling hyped today because I look cute. I love this outfit. I love this outfit. And I'm just feeling myself. And I hope you're feeling yourself too. I hope you're feeling yourself too. I hope you're feeling yourself too. That's it, that's all. Okay, you are a magnificent being of light and you look good. So I hope you're feeling yourself. Now, let's get into the things you can do. The things you can do. The things you can do with Angelica. The things you can do with Angelica. Because if one thing is for certain and two things is for sure, Angelica is versatile as hell. Let's talk about how you use it, baby. Incense, 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 incense. If you make your own incense, Angelica Root is a good one to add to your incense. Now, it comes out a little barky, looks like these little pieces of bark, so I would suggest doing a bit of grinding with this. Get you a ninja or a good old-fashioned mortar and pestle, baby. It develops your arm muscles, it does. But I want you to grind that up, okay, to get the maximum effect, okay? You can use it in your incense. This is an herb that's powerful if you just carry it. If you know what it does and what the properties are and you're using it for a specific reason, and we're gonna get into that, you can just carry it, okay? You can just carry it, put it in your pocket. Put Angelica in your pocket. Put Angelica in your pocket, baby. Okay? So you can just carry it, sprinkle it around the house, okay? You can grind it or you can leave it in its form and just sprinkle it around the house. 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 Now, you know on this channel, I'm a big old fan. A super big old fan of the spiritual bath. If you ain't up on the spiritual bath, you need to get up on the spiritual bath. And let's talk about that real quick. A spiritual bath is not them little pretty foo-foo baths you see in Pinterest. This is not a bath full of flowers. This is not a bath full of, that's beautiful. That's a spa bath. That is a relaxing bath. That is a self-care bath, but that's not a spiritual bath, okay? That ain't a spiritual bath, all right? A spiritual bath, first and foremost, them putting you up on game. First and foremost, you need to have taken a real bath before you take your spiritual bath. Because you're getting a job done here. You ain't washing your booty. Make sure you wash that booty thoroughly before you take your spiritual bath, okay? Next up, you got herbs involved. There's all the herbs. Now, depending on your living situation, you want to take the bath and leave these herbs as whole as possible if that's what the recipe calls for, and you want them to stick to you, okay? But some of us live in apartment situations, or we live in situations where we can't go outside and take the spiritual bath, like just be out in our yard and dump it on over us. We can't do that. Sometimes you got to take the spiritual bath in the bathtub, and you can't let a lot of debris, you can't let a lot of loose roots go down there. So you can put it in a tea ball, all right, and that'll contain the roots right there, and you can just get the essence, like almost like a spiritual bath tea, okay? But yeah, so that's that on that. Angelica root is really good to add to your spiritual baths, okay? Also, some people smoke it. Now, I'm not going to advocate for that because I am not a doctor or a specialist, but some people have been known to put this in their herbal smoking blends when they really want to connect to some visionary aspects of things, okay? So all in all, Angelica root is something that you can use in a lot of forms in your root working. You can use them in your working roots formulations. You can use them in your oil formulations. You can use them in your cologne and your holy water formulations, your Florida waters, your other, you know, waters formulations. You can use them in your spell work, in your hexing work, in your upliftment work. You can use them. It's pretty versatile. You can use it for a lot of things, okay? So let's get into some of the specs of Miss Angelica, who is oh so versatile and oh so divine. Visions, healing, protection, getting rid of negative spirits, exorcisms. Angelica root is good for all of that. So earlier we mentioned the smoking aspect of things. People ingest it in that way as part of a formulation with other herbal roots that are smokable, and then they seek meditation, they seek the higher forces, they seek other things of that nature. So some visioning is what this is powerful for. Or even, you don't have to always ingest things in order to partake in the visioning powers of them. Putting this in a satchel, if you have a little sachet, a little satchel that you sleep with, or meditating with it, putting it in your mojo bags with corresponding oils and crystals or whatever. There's different ways that you can access that aspect of the visioning without having to inhale it, ingest it, or eat it, okay? And I am not advocating any of that. I'm just saying these are what people have done. This is what people have done, baby. This is what people have done. All right, healing. Healing is a big part of this as well. Mental healing, emotional healing, aiding, using this along with other herbs that are specifically targeted for a specific healing purpose. So this is something that has been used for healing. It's something that has been used for protection. So it makes sense that it is something that you can use when you are exercising, when you are ejecting negative energies from your space, okay? I want you to remember that, because of colonization, because of white supremacy, we exploit and we appropriate other people's culture. A lot of people know about white sage, and I say this in a lot of videos because it's important to say. A lot of us have been taught through the media, through a lot of these appropriated new age practices, that white sage is good for removing negative energy. I please want to remind you that that is part of a closed practice that belongs to a few native indigenous tribes, not all native indigenous tribes from North America, and more than likely other tribes, wherever that plant is. Anyway, there's more than one way to clean. I mention that because people's go-to way to clean energy is via burning sage, and that is not the only way to clean. Part of the reason why I enjoy doing these Herb of the Week spaces is so that you can learn other roots and you can connect to other roots and things, so that you can cleanse your space and you can learn about these things. So Angelica root is something that you can use to help get the negative energy out of the space. Earlier I mentioned one of its uses, which is incense. So if you know how to make incense, or if you blend herbs together and burn them, you can use this as part of the herbs that you can blend to help you. If you are someone who ejects negative energies from spaces, I am someone who does that. Angelica root can be your friend in that, darling. Now let's get into some other aspects of this lovely root, like planet, like gender, and all that good stuff. Gender for Angelica root is masculine. I know a lot of us would assume feminine because of the name, honey, but it actually is considered masculine. The planet that this belongs to is the sun, darling. It is a plant, plant of the sun, plant of the sun, plant of the sun, plant of the sun. The deity that this is often associated with is Venus, darling. Venus! The lovely, the wonderful, the fruitful, the beautiful, the lustrous Venus. Venus, Venus, Venus. And with its planet being the sun, you know the element has got to be fire, baby. So those are some of the signatures, the basic signatures of Angelica. What's in a name? What's in a name? What's in a name? What's in a name? A lot is in a name, and we call this Angelica, but sometimes it will be referred to as other things. You might be looking at a spell book and come across a root called Archangel. They could be talking about Angelica. You might hear it referred to in another region as Masterwort. They talking about Angelica. And if you hear somebody talking about Garden Angelica, guess what, baby? They talking about Angelica. All right, y'all. And that's that on that. And that's that on Angelica. One of the things that Spirit is leading me to reiterate is when you're doing root work, when you are working with roots for your spells, for your recipes, hell, even for cooking, you're going to notice, you're going to find out that most roots, all things, can do multiple things, just like humans. We're not one-dimensional. These plants, these roots are not one-dimensional as well. So oftentimes they can fit many a different purpose. When you are doing your magic and your spell work, it is important to tell the roots what to do. It's important to tell every ingredient what to do, but you need to know. You need to know what those things are. You need to know what those things do. You need to have an understanding about all the different jobs that plant, that ingredient can do, so that you can hone, so that you can direct exactly what you need that plant to do, so you can bring out the best of itself. So for instance, this is about protection and healing, darling. If you're using this in a protection spell against an enemy, but you do not connect with Angelica root and like tell it what to do in that capacity, it might lean more towards healing your enemy. And if that's not what you're looking for, and your healed enemy might come at you a lot more deeply. I don't know. Anyway, tell it what to do is the whole point of that. Tell it what to do. Understand every single element that you are working with when it comes to your spell work. And make sure that you understand what it's got going on, what the properties are, what the elements are, what are its signatures, so that you can use it to the best advantage in your spell work, your magic, and your root work. If you made it to the end of this video, gold star for you, gold star for you, gold star for you. I want to say thank you so very much for your support, for your attention, for your time. I appreciate you so deeply. Let me know in the comments if you have encountered Angelica, and if you have used it and what you have used it for, if you have found success with it, if you connect with it. I know that there are, when I do this, a lot of times people are like, that's my favorite herb, I use it all the time, this is what I use it for. So let me know what you use it for in the comments. Also, let me know if this is your first time encountering it, if you feel called to it. Do some research, do your own research, get deeper. I just covered the basics in these herbs of the weeks. I encourage you to get deeper into your connection with Angelica root. Let me let you know, excuse me, Angelica. I'm letting you know right now where you can get it, because I know that's going to be a question. Well, number one, as of the making of this video, I am sitting in the beautiful Big Liz Conjure space, and you can definitely get it from Big Liz Conjure. You can come and see us in person in Columbus, Ohio, or you can you can visit us online at www.biglizconjure.com and order you some. If you happen to be in Colorado, Denver to be exact, you can hit up Herbs and Arts. I know that you can order online from them, and just go in there and see them in person. Tell them LadySpeech sent you, and they can get you some Angelica, Angelica, Angelica. Yeah, Angelica. I didn't want to take up all your time. I just want to take up a little bit of your time. Thank you so much for the currency of your attention. You are wonderful. Now you know the drill. If you like what I'm doing, if you like what you see, if you're feeling any of this, if you're feeling any of me, make sure you hit that like button, baby. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and make sure you hit that notifications bell so you can keep up with all of my happenings and shenanigans and all that stuff. Happenings and shenanigans and all that stuff. Also, hit the join button, baby. Me and the Suga Honey Dumpling crew are having a good time over here. So if you want a little bit more of an intimate experience with me, hit that join button on my page. Hit that join button on my page. Hit that join button on my page. And on that note, I'm gonna let you go. I hope you have a good day, a good morning, a good evening, a good whenever you encounter this video. I hope your life is everything you need it to be. I hope you're being loved on properly. And just in case no one has told you today, you are a gift from the cosmos, from the ancestors to the world. And I thank you for that. Well, God, Goddess, ancestors in the universe and the spirits, the Orisha and the Lawa willing, I'm gonna see you all in the next video. I love you. I live you. Thank you. Peace.